Hey everyone! Today we're diving into a super important moment in history, the 1971 Indo-Pakistan War. This war led to the birth of a brand new country, Bangladesh, and changed everything in South Asia. Basically, there was a lot of trouble brewing in Pakistan since it was created in 1947. East Pakistan, which is now Bangladesh, was way over on the other side of India, and they felt like the leaders in West Pakistan weren't treating them fairly. Things got really bad in 1971. The Pakistani army was really harsh towards the people in East Pakistan, and tons of people started fleeing to India. India was already dealing with a lot of people who had lost their homes, so it was a really tough situation. India's leader, Indira Gandhi, knew she had to do something. So, on December 3rd, 1971, the war began. The Indian army, led by General Sam Manekshaw, attacked on two sides, the east and the west, but it was what happened in the east that really changed things. East Pakistan has lots of big rivers, which made it hard for the Indian soldiers to move forward. By December 10th, the Indian army had pushed pretty far into East Pakistan. Their goal was to reach Dhaka, the capital city and the center of the fight for freedom. But there was a big problem, the Meghna River. It's a huge river, and the Pakistani army was waiting on the other side, thinking they could stop the Indians. Lieutenant General Sagat Singh, a really clever and daring leader, was in charge of getting the Indian troops across. He knew that trying to cross the river normally would take too long and be too dangerous. He needed a smart plan, and fast. The solution? Helicopters. The Mi-4 helicopters, made in the Soviet Union, weren't really meant for war, but they became super important. They were used to fly soldiers over the river past the Pakistani soldiers. It was a risky plan, fly a whole bunch of soldiers across the Meghna at night and set up a base on the other side. On the night of December 10th, Indian Air Force helicopters started flying troops across in the dark. It was dangerous, but the pilots and soldiers were brave and skilled. By morning, some Indian troops were on the other side. The Pakistani army was shocked. They thought the river would protect them. Now, with the Meghna River crossed, the Indian army raced towards Dhaka. The Pakistani army started to panic. They knew they might lose. That's when a really daring plan was made. Drop soldiers and supplies from the sky behind enemy lines to capture a town called Tangail. This plan depended on surprise and the Indian Air Force controlling the sky. On December 11th, Indian Air Force planes like the C-119, Antonov An-12 and even the older C-47 took off. Their job? Fly hundreds of paratroopers and supplies to Tangail. This would cut off the Pakistani army's escape route from Dhaka. The airdrop worked perfectly and surprised the Pakistani soldiers. Seeing Indian soldiers dropping from the sky really scared the Pakistani army. A BBC reporter named Mark Tully was there, watching from the Pakistani side. He knew this was a big deal. His report on the BBC radio made it sound like the Pakistani army was in big trouble. There was also a photo of Indian soldiers putting the Indian flag in Tangail. This picture went all over the world and showed everyone that Pakistan was about to lose. The BBC report and the photo made the Pakistani army and government lose hope. Tangail falling and the Indian army getting closer and closer made Pakistan give up. On December 16, 1971, just 13 days after the war started, Pakistan surrendered in Dhaka. This was the beginning of Bangladesh. The 1971 war showed how brave the people of Bangladesh were and how strong the Indian army was. What happened at Tangail, especially the airdrop and the news reports about it, made Pakistan surrender faster. The war was short, but changed everything in South Asia, creating a new country and a new chapter in history.